Welcome to The List. We are all glad to be back to talk about the 5 biggest sports stories of the week. As always, I'm joined by my co-hosts, Hannah Michalowski and Parker Resner, and there is definitely quite a lot to talk about today. At number 5, the NFL Combine is in the stages of wrapping up. Who are the players that had the best showing at the event, Parker?
Well, I watched so many hours of the Combine. I'm so excited to talk about this topic. So for sure, my number 1 most valuable player in this draft is Isaiah Simmons. He's the linebacker out of Clemson, played outside linebacker, but he also played every other position on the field for their defense. He played safety, he played slot corner, played edge. He was their best at every single position. So how can you not want a guy that's 6'4", plays every position, and on top of that ran a 4.39? That's wildly impressive. Another couple of guys out of Ohio State, Jeffrey Okudah. He's supposed to be like the 3rd pick to the Detroit Lions. And Ohio State has produced a lot of corners, guys like Marshawn Lattimore, Denzel Ward. So it's kind of a good sign that he's going to come out, good sign that he's looking to go 3rd. And of course, out of Ohio State, Chase Young. Chase Young was their edge rusher. He played in a lot of big games this year, actually led the league in sacks, and he didn't even play every game. So a couple guys like that I think will be really big in this draft.
Yeah, Hannah?
Absolutely. You know, somebody that really stood out to me is going to be Mekhi Becton. This dude is just an absolute beast, coming in at 364 pounds and yet running a 5.1 flat. Somebody I definitely want protecting my quarterback. This year there was a lot of depth in the draft. I mean, at every single position, 6 to 7 guys, they came out, had a good showing, and really showed what they're there to do for the NFL.
And one more thing, I can't help but point out the depth of the receivers in this class. You got guys like Jerry Jeudy and T. Higgins out of Clemson that'll really put on a show for NFL teams.
Absolutely. At number 4, the MLB regular season is just a couple short weeks. Who are the teams that you think are the early favorites for the World Series? Hannah?
I'm looking at the Dodgers, the Yankees, maybe the Nationals. I mean, the Dodgers has made it to the World Series 2 out of the last 5 years. And the Yankees obviously getting Garrett Cole, that's a huge, huge pickup for them, you know. We'll have to see.
And as she just said, you know, the Yankees getting Garrett Cole, he won the Cy Young last year. He was the best pitcher in baseball, led the league in strikeouts. So that's just one guy getting added to one of the already best teams in baseball. So obviously the Yankees are important. The Dodgers as well. They just get Mookie Betts, who was an all-star for the Red Sox. Him and Cody Bellinger together after they already went so far in the playoffs, that's going to be important. So I think those are just a couple teams that are really in a striking distance for a World Series.
Yeah, I totally agree. Sticking with baseball, at number 3, Milwaukee Brewers outfielder Christian Yelich just signed a new contract extension, which will pay him $215 million. Now, over the next even 7 years, what does this contract mean for the Brewers? Parker?
Well, I am a Brewers fan, so it's hard for me not to be biased about this. I absolutely love Christian Yelich. He should have won the MVP last year if he didn't get hurt, won it the year before. So obviously adding a guy of this magnitude for so long, it's just important for a franchise, it's important for a team and a city to have a guy. I mean, in the end, this is an entertainment business, and you want to bring people into seats, and I think it's going to be important for long term, for the years that maybe we're not as good, to still have a star like Yelich to perform, even if it may hurt who we're going to be able to afford down the road.
Yeah, Hannah.
Yeah, honestly, I was quite surprised by Yelich signing this long contract. I mean, the Brewers, they got rid of a lot of key players this year, so I don't think we're going to have as successful as a season as we did the past 2 seasons. But, you know, he must have had some talk with the managers and the owners of who we're going to be bringing in the next couple years, because I know that, of course, he wants to win an MLB championship. I mean, that's every guy's goal, especially a great athlete like Christian Yelich.
Yeah, and do you guys think that, like, him being hurt, do you think that that's going to affect, like, anything with that and going into it?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something to think about. You know, you can't take injuries lightly, especially injuries with legs and knees, you know, some things that don't really age well. But another thing I will say is Yelich did take a pretty good discount to be with us. You see some of the contracts being signed, most of them are over $30 million a year. Yelich his average annual salary is looking to be a little under that. So we did take a pretty good deal, and we're going to be able to pay more people coming up with, obviously, as Hannah mentioned, a couple players leaving. So we're definitely in a good spot looking forward.
And actually, we do have to go to a short commercial break, but don't go anywhere. The List will be back after these short messages.
At the University Bookstore, we have an excellent selection of competitively priced books and classroom necessities for students. We have Warhawk gear ranging from athletic apparel to comfy sweatshirts the whole family can enjoy. The textbook rental service is also available for students to check out their required readings for class. You can also find and order books, apparel, and gift items from our online catalog, located at UW-Whitewater-Bookstore.com. The University Bookstore, we provide for your college experiences.
The UC can get you connected to all your basic needs. Grab a coffee and a meal. Study by the fireplace. Bowl, play, and relax when you want a break from homework. The UC has much more to offer to Whitewater students. Go to the UC's website to see what's going on this week.
It has been taking away our potential for decades, but since 2009, campuses nationwide are becoming tobacco-free. Tobacco has been eliminated from bars, restaurants, and many other public places. Why should our schools be any different? For more information, visit the Ambrose Health Center.
We are back, and we're talking about the top 2 biggest sports stories that you need to know about. At number 2, with the coronavirus scare taking over the world, many athletes have publicly stated that they are refusing to sign autographs, most notably Raheem Mostert and CJ McCollum. What are your thoughts about this, and would you guys do the same? Hannah?
I mean, I would say yes, honestly. I mean, the coronavirus is taking the world by storm right now. They're even saying it could be transferred through money. I mean, that's just absolutely crazy. So I do think they're making a smart move, you know? I mean, the last thing they would want is to get the virus, pass it on to their teammates, or anything of that nature, you know? And it's just, so yeah, I think precautionary measures should be taken, and I think they're doing the right thing, you know? Some people might think, oh, this is too extreme, but, you know, you never know, so...
Yeah, and I have to agree with Hannah. I mean, it's hard for us in a position where we're not seeing all these thousands of fans every day to maybe have, you know, that kind of perspective to make a decision like this. But, I mean, when you're seeing how the lack of information we have out about it right now, and maybe the players don't know a ton about it, I think it's kind of a hard position for them to be in, and that kind of means that they should be able to make whatever decision they want. And on top of that, actually, Jurgen Klopp, the coach for Liverpool FC over in Europe, said something interesting, and it was along the lines of we should maybe stop asking professional athletes about the virus, about what they think about it, because they don't really know, they're not professionals. It can just lead to them maybe saying things that they didn't intend to mean.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when I first saw this, I was like, seriously, you're not going to sign autographs, but at the same time, you do want to play for your team, and you want to keep going with that, and you don't want to, I guess, ruin their chances of getting out there and playing. Finally, at number 1, Tom Brady rumors are at an all-time high. Where do you see Brady playing next season, and can he win without Belichick? Parker?
Look, I'm a Patriots fan, and I have been almost my entire life. So this pains me to say I do think there is a legitimate chance that he can go on to a different team after this. I do think he will be a Patriot next season, and I do think that a team that has him as their quarterback can win a Super Bowl. Can he maybe carry as he used to, carry a team that wasn't as good? No, I don't think he can do that necessarily anymore. His play has declined through his age. But I do think that him on a roster can win a Super Bowl now.
Yeah, Hannah.
See, I'm going to disagree with Parker on this one. So, I mean, I'm sure some of us have seen the Edelman and Brady video that has just recently aired on the internet, where Edelman goes, he's staying. They pan over to Brady, and he goes, he's not. Personally, I see Brady going to the Raiders next season. You know, he just moved over to Las Vegas. They just got the Raiders now. They relocated. And, you know, I think he can win without Belichick. After this somewhat disappointing season for the Patriots, I think Brady, he's thinking, I need to win one more ring. And maybe he thinks his chances with the Patriots are coming to an end. So I think maybe he's going to take his talents elsewhere, get that final ring, and then he'll say his goodbyes to the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, you guys think that there's any other teams? Like, does anybody want him?
Well, something that's interesting is that Mike Vrabel is the coach of the Tennessee Titans, and their quarterback, obviously they just beat the Patriots this year, and their quarterback is now a free agent this year. So it'll be interesting to see if maybe a guy who used to play with Brady will take a shot at him even in his old age.
Huh? Unfortunately, we are all out of time for this week. I hope you enjoyed this edition of The List. We will be back next week at the same time, same place. See you then.